Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Good evening, everybody, and happy Sunday to you. I hope you guys are all having a good day. We had a pretty nice day overall today. A lot of sunshine through the afternoon, then clouds moved in, and these clouds are out ahead of some rain for the nighttime tonight. And temperatures are on the chilly side right now, so you may have you thinking temperatures in the 30s. Maybe we're looking at snow. We're not going to see much in the way of any snow with this storm system that's going to move in for the nighttime tonight, unless you are in the mountains or across the north. If you're in Rangeley, if you're in Jackman, if you're in any of those areas, you are going to see some snow. But even there, not looking at all that much in the way of snowfall with this upcoming system. However, rain for most. We are going to see strong wind gusts really start to ramp up through the overnight hours. And we're talking rainfall rates that could be pretty high as well. Right now, we are looking good, though. Tell me, how you doing? How's your weekend? I'd love to hear from you. We are dry across the area, 42 degrees right now in Portsmouth. We just did a live stream on our website, and it was 38 degrees about 30 minutes ago in Portsmouth. These temperatures are going up, and they're going to continue to go up as we head through the nighttime tonight. Now, the winds are going to increase, and with that, we do have a wind advisory up from 4 a.m. on Monday through about noon on Monday. So we have really through the entire morning hours, the overnight hours, anytime after about 2 a.m. is when the winds will really start to pick up. In some areas, we could be talking about 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts possible. That would be in a few areas, not the general theme, however. So that's some good news. But yeah, we're going to see some strong wind gusts. There's the chance that we could see a few power outages with this system, but overall, really not huge in terms of power outages. And really, there's two reasons for that. The leaves are off the trees. So the chances of a tree falling on something, for example, a power line, is a little bit lower. Of course, it can happen, but also we're not looking at any snow with this. For most part, it's just going to be rain. We also have a coastal flood advisory up, and this runs through the noontime hour on Monday. We're going to see some strong winds out of the south, and with that, we could be looking at some minor coastal flooding, which is why an advisory is posted for the entire coastline, the mid-coast down through areas, Cumberland County, York County as well. We do have a coastal flood advisory up. And look at this, even a winter weather advisory up, 1 a.m. tonight through 1 p.m. tomorrow. We do have a winter weather advisory up for northern New Hampshire and all of the northern counties of Maine up through the mountains. That's where you are going to see some snow. Temperatures right now have been climbing. As I just mentioned, we are in the 40s for most of the coastline. And notice for areas inland, we are talking 30s, 32 degrees in Sanford. Again, you think these temperatures are conducive to snow, but it's not going to really be the case unless you are across the north, as these temperatures are going to increase as we head through the nighttime tonight. The winds, not bad at all right now. We are looking at winds only about calm to 5-10 miles per hour, and that's expected. We're not expecting to see these winds really increase until about 11, 12 o'clock, and then we are going to see some stronger wind gusts through the overnight hours. And stay with me for another few minutes, and I will talk about the wind gust potential through the overnight. Satellite and radar shows that we do have our storm system down to our south, and this area of low pressure is going to move in. We are looking at mainly rain down to our south. This is for areas in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut's now starting to see some rain, and we are going to see this all move in as we head through the overnight. And look at that, even some snow up through the Great Lakes region, but we are going to be on the warm side of this storm. We are not going to be on the cold side with this upcoming system. All right, here's your evening planner. One thing you want to notice too is right under the temperatures, notice the wind gusts or the wind speeds, go up. We're talking 4 mile per hour wind speeds now. And as we head through the 12, 1, 2 o'clock hour, then we're talking 10 to 15. But it's really, again, the wind advisory doesn't start until 4 a.m. So it's really the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning when we are going to see the strongest wind gust potential. And that will also be at the same time that we're looking at some moderate to at times heavy rain. Let me take you guys through this very slowly. We have the rain starting to develop. I'll even backtrack this a little bit. Here's around midnight. We have the rain starting to fall in the southern part of the state. By 1 o'clock, look at this yellows. Look at the yellows, the oranges, even some of these reds. That's indicating some pretty heavy rainfall. And then also notice Rangeley, Berlin, New Hampshire, up through Jackman. Temperatures are in the 30s, and it's snowing up there. We're going to see some heavy snowfall in some spots. It's going to be a very wet, pasty snow up there. And then 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it's pouring across the area. I think it's going to be one of those nights where you probably get woken up in the middle of the night because you hear the whistling of the windows from the wind, the heavy rainfall pounding up against the windows, that kind of night for tonight. And then 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, we're still seeing the rain, but the heaviest of rain is pivoted up to the north. Areas north are still looking at some snowfall. And then look at this. It just moves on out of here, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Now we're already starting to see the sunshine. So for the most part, this is an overnight event. We are not going to see much in the way of any rain for the day on Monday. At one point, even up through yesterday, it was looking like even Monday morning, we could be looking at some rain. I do think you should be prepared maybe for some showers early in the morning. If you're heading out to work 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, the rain will be ending in most areas and the sunshine will be returning, but it is going to, stay mostly through the overnight hours tonight. And then we're dry as we head into the afternoon tomorrow. We could see some snow showers as we head into Tuesday. Let me just talk about that for just a second. I'll time this out and you can see just a couple snow showers possible Tuesday. But overall, that's not the biggest story. It is definitely the rain and wind. So here's the wind gust potential through the nighttime. Here's 1 o'clock in the morning. That's when the winds will start to pick up. And we do have the weather warn up for the winds in particular. I think that's going to be probably the bigger storyline with this. But then notice 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Now we're talking wind gusts specifically along the coastline, Portland, Portsmouth, Rockland, areas like that. Now we're talking wind gusts 35 to 40. And then by the time we get to 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, now we're talking wind gusts even up through the Augusta, Lewiston, anywhere between 40 to even 50 miles per hour is possible. I think most areas that see the strongest wind gusts, at least the best chance for that, would be up through the mid-coast. We're talking Rockland, areas like Booth Bay Harbor, for example. Some of those spots in the mid-coast, I think, has the best chance for seeing the strongest wind gusts. If I had to put numbers on it, I'm gonna put numbers on it. I think Portland's max wind gust could top out between 40 to 45. And then you can see Lewiston and Augusta 35 to 45-ish, give or take. And then I think the Rockland area could easily see wind gusts 50 plus through the overnight hours. Again, chance for some power outages. I don't think it's going to be that widespread, but I do think there is the threat for some. And then watch as we head through the 9, 10 o'clock hour, all those purples that you see on the contours, they're gone. And we have left over anywhere between 15 to 20, 25 mile per hour winds. So it's not going to be strong winds for the afternoon tomorrow, but it is going to stay breezy through the day. And we are going to see wind gusts between about 15 to 25. Rainfall wise, this is such a quick hitting storm. It doesn't start until about midnight, and then it's over with 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's good news because when you get these really heavy systems with heavy rainfall, it's the ones that last for 12 to 18 hours that give you the 3, 4, 5 inches of rain. It's not going to be the case, I think, simply because the storm system, the amount of rainfall it's really the timing of it. And the timing is only about 4 or 5 hours where we are going to see the heavier rainfall. So we're not looking at that much in the way of rain, which is why the word flooding hasn't even really come out of my mouth. Some coastal flooding is possible, but that's mainly due to the winds pushing the water on shore. You can't rule it out in some spots that there could be some minor flooding. But again, the rainfall wise is not the biggest story. It's definitely the wind gusts with this. Snowfall, upwards of 2 to 5 inches. I think that's the max for most areas. And then notice the little bullet points there. This is an elevation dependent storm. We have very warm temperatures that are moving in. And with that, it's really the areas that anywhere between 1,500 feet and higher, we'll see the best chance for some snowfall for the nighttime tonight. And those areas of 1,500 feet or higher will have the best chance for seeing the higher snowfall totals as well. I think some of the lower lying valleys, you could be in a situation where you maybe have an elevation of, like, for example, Berlin's a little bit lower. Berlin, New Hampshire, you can have a situation where a coating to an inch or two falls there, but then you head up the street, up a few hundred feet in elevation, all of a sudden 5 inches of snow fell. So it's very elevation dependent. And notice it's really for only the areas that are in the shaded parts of this map. Anywhere that's not shaded, you're looking at rain with this upcoming storm. So here's your temperatures tonight, dropping back to about 40 degrees. And again, tomorrow, I think the sunshine returns. And we're looking at temperatures in the upper 40s. Here's a look at your 7-day. I want to show you guys this. And hey, not too bad if you ask me. After we get through tonight, we're looking at a pretty dry stretch for much of this upcoming week. I think we're looking at breezy and windy conditions tomorrow and Tuesday. Could be looking at a few flurries or snow showers, especially inland on Tuesday. That would be about it. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday afternoon all look good. Have to watch maybe another system Friday night into Saturday, Saturday morning that would be. But even that right now looks pretty much rain. We'll have to keep an close eye on that. Maybe some snow up to the north. Still several days away. And we are going to continue to fine tune that through the week. But of course, our main focus is on this evening and tonight. I want to go through this graphic just one more quick time and essentially just talk to you guys about, let me just set this up really quick. You got to give me 1 second. And just go through this one more time for anybody that is just tuning in. Again, 10, 11 o'clock is when the rain starts to fall. We're looking at heavy rainfall through the overnight. And notice all those yellows and oranges down to the south. That pivots through anywhere between about midnight to 5, 6 a.m. for most. This moves on out of here, and then we dry out for the day on Monday. And really, it's also the wind that is the big factor in this. You could be looking at wind gusts upwards of 40 to 45 miles per hour along the coastline. If you're up towards the far north, it's going to be lower than that. You're talking between 15 to 20, 25. But if you are especially in the mid-coast, you could be looking at wind gusts as much as 50, if not a little bit higher than that. All right, that is the latest look at the forecast. Hope you guys took some of that information. Most of this is overnight. Again, you probably get woken up through the overnight hearing the whistling of the windows. I'm going to head out. I hope you guys have a good evening. Again, the sunshine is expected tomorrow. We're not really looking at much in the way of any rain. And catch me and Owen at, I don't know if we're on at 10. We might be recorded and show you guys a little later in the night. But check us out tonight, and I'll have the latest forecast. Hope you guys all have a great evening and enjoy the upcoming week.